Interesting. How do, kids? Ladies and gents, I didn't know that there is, I never realized, I've stayed here at the Quality quite a few times, staying here again this visit, and I never noticed that there's something historic about this place. It was one of the first motor lodges in the area, in town. Again, as some of you guys know, that there's some kind of old school lodges on the way in on Emmitsburg Road, of differing ages, but at least here in town, you know, I'm on Steinway, of course. The property you're looking at is nearly historic. It's been here since 1938. Maybe some of you can get a screenshot from the sign, but 1938 it was opened as the Green Gables Tourist Cabins. In 1956 it was replaced with the Gettysburg Motor Lodge. So I suppose, and I could be wrong, that the Green Gables Tourist Cabins looked something like what you see in front of us, and I'll walk up a little closer in a sec. In 1956 it was replaced with the Gettysburg Motor Lodge, which I suppose makes it was made of what we see here today in front of us, otherwise known as the Quality Inn, because it's a brick building. 1956 wasn't terribly long ago to those who are older than millennials and who are into history. Right? 1956 wasn't you know, that long ago. And in 1996 the last owners who owned the Gettysburg Motor Lodge rehabbed that one small cabin in front of you and restored it and returned it as a reminder of the early days of tourism in Gettysburg. So I thought that was kind of cool. There aren't many historic hotels, as many of you probably know, in Gettysburg. You know, most are newer. They're, you know, all the big brand names, you know. You've got a Holiday Express, you've got a Best Western across the street, so on and so forth. So here it is. One of the last vestiges of the early days. Also a nice reminder that, again, this is a tourist town, guys. You know, like it or not. I'm sure some of us have our own ideas of Gettysburg, what Gettysburg is and what Gettysburg should be. But, you know, it wasn't very long into the 20th century when it became a pretty popular tourist destination. So, you know, and personally I'm happy for that. You know, it's through all its evolution as a tourist destination, and it's certainly been an evolution. You know, again, I'm really glad that people come up here for whatever reasons, you know, for you know, whether their interest is more in the Union or Confederacy, whether, you know, they possibly had ancestors, you know, from either side. However they interpret this war, I'm glad people come, because we all have our opinions, don't we? Anyhow, I thought this was pretty neat. And judging by the looks of things, yeah, this definitely goes back over a half a century. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright. Keep this one real short, guys. I'm gonna go on my walk and then we'll hit the battlefield. See ya.